secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, right? Today we're gonna make Karl-Anthony Towns build, but before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. As like of the video, push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your notification game for my daily uploads. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this video. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is, again, like I said, working on this Karl-Anthony Towns build. I feel like this is going to be one of the most unique builds that you can get in the game, just because of the way that Karl-Anthony Towns play. It's still going to be very difficult to actually emulate that in the My Player Builder without making some type of sacrifices. We'll talk about that as we go, but again, it's still going to be fun and it's still going to play like Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay, so let's just talk about the physicals. Karl-Anthony Towns is listed at 7 feet, so we are right there, but we had to go 216 pounds, whereas Karl-Anthony Towns is 248. Why did we go 216? Because we wanted to make sure we can get his speed. Speed on this game is important, and Karl-Anthony Towns on the roster has 75 speed. Well, obviously, in order to get that 75 speed, you need to be at least 216, or you could be a little bit heavier, but I wanted to also have the 65 speed with ball. So there is that type of give and take that you have to do to be able to get that, all right? Now, when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns, we know that he is an offensive specialist, right? Like, he's one of the best offensive centers in the league, and especially since the playoff run that hit basically the offense kind of goes through him as he kind of facilitates, kind of almost like how Draymond Green does for the Warriors. He has the ball at the top of the key. He's kind of facilitating, dishing, passing, that type of deal. And we want to emulate that the way that he's playing in the playoffs. So we have a 96 close shot. He's one of the best finishers in the league. So we have a 96 close shot. And the cool thing is, it just takes 3 cap breakers here to get this to a 99, which will give you legend paint patroller. It will also give you legend float game. Then you'll have a 90 driving layup, which will give you physical finisher on gold, which again, a max +2 would get that on legend. And he also has a 75 driving dunk on the game. I went 75 driving dunk on the game also. You know, with centers, you really don't need to go crazy with the contact dunks and animations, because the big one is really going to be the close shot, layup, and the standing dunk. He will have a 90 standing dunk. Ironically, on the game, he only has an 85. I did not want to use cap breakers here, so I did move it up to a 90. So we have that 90 standing dunk, which will give you rise up on gold and area wizard on gold. Post control. Again, he's really good in the post. Again, he's an offensive weapon. You talking about a top 3 center in the league, it will be Jokic, it will be Wemby, and it will also be Karl-Anthony Towns. You can throw Embiid in there. When Embiid's healthy, he's definitely 1A, 1B with Jokic, right? But when it comes to offensive, even though Wemby is more of a defensive juggernaut, but he's still one of the best centers in the league, I'll put Karl-Anthony Towns, as far as offense goes, right there up there with Jokic and Embiid. So we have 87 on the post control. I give you post up poet on gold. And then on the shooting side, he's a great shooter. We went 83 with his maxed out to shooting and a 3-point shot to get the 80. By going above 80, you will have the post fade phenom on gold, and you have set shot specialist on silver, which again, you can max +1 or 2 if you wanted to do that. 84 on the free throw. Now on the playmaking side, yes, he only has a 75 pass accuracy, but I went 77 to get to Karl-Anthony Towns, and I had to make sure he could dribble. So I went 65 on the ball handle to unlock basically all the dribble sigs you can get for a 7-footer, and then of course the 60 speed with ball to make sure I can get the Zion Williamson dribble style. All right, now we all know on the defensive side, this is where I usually like to use a lot of the cap breakers for centers, because this is where the cap breakers for centers, or the attributes for centers, are way the heaviest. So you have a 62 interior defense, but 4 cap breakers here will get that up to an 80. All right. And then you cannot get challenger, any of that type of sort of perimeter defense, so I do recommend just skipping it. You can also use 5 cap breakers here. That's going to give you a 67 steal, which will give you your glove and your interceptor on bronze, and then you can max +1 or max +2 if you wanted to. And then 5 cap breakers here, which is critical, will get you all the way up to a 93. And we all know with that 93, that would give you Paint Patroller on gold, okay? So you have the 80 interior defense, 67 steel with the 93 block, and that will give you Paint Patroller on gold. You'll also get your High Flying Denier, if I'm not mistaken. You will be getting that on, yeah, you'll be getting that on Hall of Fame. So you'll have a Hall of Fame, right? Then on the offensive side, on the rebounding side, you have an 80 offensive rebound, because I want to make sure I can at least get Crasher. And then 5 cap breakers here will get you a 92 defensive rebound, which will give you Rebound Chaser on gold. So that's going to be very important. And then, of course, we're going to top it off with 75 speed, 65 agility, 75 strength for the physical finisher. I would highly recommend Max +2 on your brick wall to get that on gold. And then you have the 88 vert, which will give you Pogo Stick on legend. And then again, like I said, even though he might not be known as the craziest shot blocker, but since we did have the ability to get all the way up to an 88, I said, why not? So you will have that. Now, when it comes to the takeovers, you're going to have a lot of options, because you will get Sharpshooter, Lethal, you get Paint Surgeon, so you can be like a post scorer. Again, like I said right here, the Crasher, you cannot get Crasher because you don't have the 80 strength. So it would be the Paint Surgeon or the Sharpshooter takeover, or you will be able to get the Rim Guardian, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so you will get Rim Guardian once you upgrade the interior defense and block. But if you ask me, you're probably better off going with the post takeover or the Sharpshooter takeover. Again, because obviously shooting is going to be critical, but you can get ankle breakers with this. And with the 65 ball handle with the 60 speed with ball, you're going to be cooking up. Like, trust me on that. Like, if you played with these animations with the Zion and other animations you can get, it's going to be really fun. And then here you have it, my nephews and nieces, right at the top, shades of Karl-Anthony Towns. You're called a mid paint scoring cleaner, and the only weakness says weak interior defender, but guess what? You're going to use cap breakers there anyway to get that up to an 80. So there's really no flaws with this build at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to check out the actual attributes so you can see visually what I was talking about, so you know I'm not lying to you. And then we'll get you out of here, okay? So here, attributes. Again, like I said, this right here, 3 cap breakers here will get you to the 99. You can go 85 when you're driving dunk. You want to, I don't recommend it. Same thing with your pass accuracy, 80, 2, 4, 6, 8. You can get the 88 pass accuracy if that's something you want to take a look at. But again, 5, 4, 4, 3, and 3, that will give you 93. 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, that will give you 67. But you don't even have to do that, to be honest with you, with the center. 4 cap breakers here will get you to the 80. So really you can do is 4 cap breakers here, get you 80, 5 cap breakers here to get to that 93, and then use 5 cap breakers here to get you to that 92. So that's 5, 10, that's 14. And then you can use 15, 16, 17. And you have 17 cap breakers. That would give you 99 close shot, 92 offensive rebound, 93 block, 80 interior defense. But again, I think this is going to be one of the better builds that you can make, just because it can dribble. And do not sleep on the fact you can dribble and you can post up. 87 post control, post fade, 3-point shooting, whatever you want. This is going to play just like a Karl-Anthony Towns build. So let me know in the comment section, is this build a W? Is it an L? But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Mania. No, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.